that gentleman pops to mind?
Stop and smell the roses. It's the three things that I say is slower, lighter. I am an ultra lightweight packer. I mean, you won't see me sometimes in the summer with more than 10 pounds on my back, and in the winter something like 15 or 20, even when I hike the Appalachian Trail, which is radically light. And so I'm about not pushing your body to the limit. You're exercising enough. I do about 20 miles a day, so 20 miles plus taking 40 or 50 pounds is, in my opinion, a little ridiculous. So if you can lower that pack weight, especially for diabetics who have to very much be careful about their feet, And so I got into my lightweight outlook because I had to watch for things like my feet and fatigue, etc. So it's slower, lighter, and more inquisitive. If you get those three together, I think you can turn anything, even a road trip. In fact, in '99 I did a 50-state road trip that really got all this started. So I'm a bit of a believer that you just you go where the road takes you.
I'm visiting with Cesar Becerra. Cesar is going where the road carries him, and he happens to be in Colombia for the week. He is participating he is the Worldwalk for Diabetes. Information is available at planetcaesar.com. Cesar is spelled C-E-S-A-R. Cesar has diabetes. Has that at all affected your ability to walk? I mean, if you wanted to go out and walk 50 miles in a day, would you have the ability to do it, or does diabetes, has it hindered your ability?
No, actually, it's funny you mention that. There have been a couple of days that I've done mammoth, about 30, 32 mile, big days. I don't like to do them, but no, actually a diabetic can actually tackle on just about anything that a normal person can do. In fact, it's funny you mentioned 50 miles a day. There's a thing on the Appalachian Trail called the 50-mile challenge. And people do it all the time, and it's this one section of the trail where you can actually hit 4 states in one day, but it's going to be 50 miles, a long day. And yes, other people have done it. I have not attempted it to do it. But yeah, that's the main message. It's the old days, or the old ways, when, I don't want to put the pressure on doctors, but some sort of looked at things in a negative way. They know better. They know a lot more about diabetes now, but I had a doctor, unfortunately, that sort of painted the end of a lot of things for me. And that was very, very hard. I mean, one thing that jumped out radically, and certainly foot care is a big thing, but he said just blanketly, forget about going to the beach ever. I said, what do you mean? Well, if it's barefoot, if you get cut. And I understand now the whole issues about that. But you also can't shut your life down. You can be careful. And you can do so. And one of the ways is to lighten your load. So hiking the Appalachian Trail on a traditional 40, 60-pound pack is not recommended for diabetics or anybody, in my opinion. But you can do about anything if you find different ways, and if you know yourself. I'm not saying that, again, I want to be very clear that you don't have to go out there and walk thousands of miles, to help yourself out. You can do, around the block just to begin with. But yeah, there's really nothing a diabetic can't do. In fact, diabetes, there's a lot of health top stuff that people have done, like Mount Everest, etc. I mean, people have been out there and doing that. One thing I do want to mention is that even though I'm out there walking alone, people do say, well, are you out there with a group or something? Not really, I'm alone, but no journey is taken alone, and the amazing plethora of people that have come to my support is just incredible. Here in Colombia alone, I want to thank, well, not only Trevor, but I want to thank Cynthia and Beth and Callie and others who have given me a home, and also opened my world up to what Colombia is about. I'm a great believer in another project called Couchsurfing.com, which is where Trevor and I met. Actually, we met at a dinner a couple days ago at Cynthia's house. So this is just one of many things. But even without the organized groups that help me, there are moments on the trail. I call it the trail. It's I blaze my own trail, although I've been on the Katy Trail, but generally I'm in a country lane, small highway setting. I call it trail magic. There are moments where I'd be just amazing things have happened to me in the middle of nowhere that people have just really helped me. Even small things has pointed me in the right direction when I couldn't find a street sign to save my life out in the middle of a cornfield, or in other ways, giving me a home for the night where I thought there was a campground, etc., or a motel. And I thought it was a small town, and temperatures dropping down to 20. I remember in Kentucky, and this family just brought me on into their house. I mean, they didn't even know me that day. So, so I want to thank everybody in Colombia that's been so nice to me.
I'm visiting with Cesar Becerra. Cesar is participating in the Worldwalk for Diabetes. He's in Colombia this week, talking to folks around these parts about what he's seen and how to maintain an active lifestyle in the face of a diabetic condition. More information is available at planetcaesar.com. Cesar, I'm grateful for the time. Thanks for coming
Thank
on.
you, Trevor.
2 miles. So when you talk about thorough hiking or thorough walking, that gentleman pops to mind.
Stop and smell the roses. It's the three things that I say is slower, lighter. I am an ultra lightweight packer. I mean, you won't see me sometimes in the summer with more than 10 pounds on my back, and in the winter something like 15 or 20. Even when I hike the Appalachian